doing all they can to stifle society's advancement, well, here they are. Some more wrestling news with Bo and Uncle Peter.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Wrestling News, episode 83, When the Weasels Wheezed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, look who made it back to the shop.
It's about time.
That's right, and I've missed you all terribly. Him, not so much.
What?
Well, of course I have. You're the
Thank
good
California for the early release.
Yeah, exactly. I had to
Thank
go.
you, Arnold.
I had to go to Cannes for the dailies. Anyway.
What did you bring back?
Something we can't talk about, but I got to go see the doctor for. Anyway, for those of you who are just meeting me for the first time, I'm Uncle Peter. I'm an off and on again member of this little outhouse in many of its various forms. And I sort of help out with this kind of crap we're about to bring to you. And joining me as he always does for this, the Oracle himself.
This is Bo. How you
That's
doing, boys and
Bo.
girls?
And the two of us together,
Let's tease. Our last stir will make you go, what the hell?
It really will, because it made me hurl, I got to tell you.
Nice.
And polluted this lovely shop here at the corner of 111th and Kedzie in the bucolic, he never thought I could come up with that again, Chicago neighborhood of Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality Incorporated is the name of the place, and they got a real sweet deal here. Every day, every way, for everybody, new comic titles, 15% off. He gives it to you because he's lost his mind with age, plus he loves his customers. Just like we love our viewers. So much, we're about to bring you a whole list of marginally useful, marginally entertaining information, starting with Ring of Honor news, and they got personnel changes.
Ring of Honor added former X Division and Tag Team Champion from TNA, Jay Lethal.
Lethal, that's a great name.
Jay Lethal actually started at Ring of Honor. He left to go to TNA. He was doing a Macho Man takeoff. He was playing Black Machismo. He came back.
Yeah!
Now the wrestlers at TNA, or otherwise known as Impact Wrestling, they changed their name.
Okay.
They are sort of confused about why he got cut. It really didn't make a lot of sense. He didn't really create any waves. He was a nice guy. Everybody liked him, but he got cut for some reason that no one wants to talk about.
Well, he must have photos of somebody, or they must have photos of him. Anyway, like Bo alluded to, he's headed to Ring of Honor, which is under a bit of a change of their own, change in management.
Ring of Honor has been sold to the Sinclair Broadcast Group Incorporated. Those people own and operate about 58 TV stations in 35 markets across the U.S.
Oddly enough.
In September, we will see the debut of their new Ring of Honor weekly television show, which will be syndicated across the network.
Of stations.
Of course, you folks who live here in Chicago.
Our SOL.
We don't have a Sinclair station.
Third largest market in the country. Why would you ever want to put a station here?
A couple other places.
Oh, Champaign. They're covered.
They can still make a deal with somebody.
Well, actually, the deal is what they said was if you miss the show, since we don't have an affiliate here, you will be able to watch the show online for free. For free on their revamped website.
Oh, that's awfully Caucasian of them.
26 is like 5 different.
Put a station here, would you guys?
Yeah, I don't think Sinclair's going to buy a station. Now, the current front office staff will remain.
Just the ownership have changed.
Right.
The lesser names stayed the same. And those being?
Well, Hunter Johnson, also known as Delirious, is going to continue as head booker. Jim Cornette will remain as executive producer.
Yeah.
The TV shows will be announced by former WWE talent Kevin Kelly.
He was pretty marginally good.
And Gary Juster, who did a whole bunch of promo stuff for WCW.
He's still with them.
He just joined the company. He brokered the deal. Okay. He will get them more international TV deals.
So basically, the only thing that's changed is the name on the paychecks.
Right. And one thing I have found is Sinclair's very cheap. Now they did this big Ring of Honor show over here on the south side of the city. Yeah. There was apparently a bloodbath match, and I guess one of the people who worked from Sinclair was sitting there, and someone asked them, "Will that be blood on their new TV show?" And they went, "No."
Great.
If you want blood, you got to go to the real show. If you want it on TV, no blood.
Blood usually leads to injury. Stems from injuries.
Yes.
And injuries prevalent in a sport such as wrestling, is it not?
Yes.
Which makes a decision by a certain wrestler all the more curious.
Former WCW talent Daphne, she was working with TNA.
Right.
She filed a workers' compensation claim against the company because she was injured while she was working there. She was
kind of goes
she
with
was
the territory,
injured like
doesn't it?
about a year ago in a dark match
Right.
with a talent who was being trained by the Dudley Boys named Rosie Lotta Love. She had a bruised sternum, a severe stinger, and a concussion. Her last appearance for TNA was in December. She is suing the company when that leads into our next story.
Yeah, she can't even complain to her old boss.
Right. Terry Taylor has just been fired as the head of TNA's head of talent relations. He's been replaced by former WWE writer Booker Bruce Pritchard, otherwise known as Brother Love.
I love you.
Pritchard's been calling a whole bunch of non-TNA wrestlers to see if they're more than willing to come back into this. And Taylor was apparently let go for being on the other side of Daphne's lawsuit. He probably said yes, they should have paid her or something, and they said you can't stay here.
Might
Now,
have something.
Taylor's cool with the WWE. Vince actually likes Terry Taylor, so there's a possibility
He might land on his
he'll
feet.
go back and get a job there, or at least go down to Florida Championship Wrestling, because they all use an older guy who knows how to do stuff now.
Exactly. Taking us to our legal docket, and more specifically in the Mighty Have Fallen example of our legal docket. I can't even do it anymore. I can't even do woo anymore. Thank you. I can't summon it up in me. Rick, Bo, it breaks my heart.
Ric Flair has been charged with contempt of court.
Contempt of court.
In a ruling from a court in North Carolina.
Right.
He had agreed to play a guy named Michael Boccaccio in High
Boccaccio.
Incorporated. $35,000. He was supposed to autograph 400 pictures by the 29th of April in a settlement for money that was advanced to him because Rick has a very expensive lifestyle, and so sometimes
Ex-wives will make it pricey.
Ex-wives, a lot of divorce stuff. He needs a little extra cash.
Yeah.
If he doesn't settle up by the 27th of this month, then Rick will be arrested and he'll be placed in jail for 90 days. Because the judge said, you have the money. You just don't want to pay it. And he can, 300 autograph photos. Okay,
that's a couple days.
To do this.
That's 3 days, 4 days, whatever.
A week, you're done. The
Sign them, ship them.
And just pay the guy
$35,000.
$35,000.
Not $350,000.
Right,
not
only,
$35 million.
He's only signing 300 photos. He can do that in a week.
I think I can figure that out.
Yeah,
And you can. So what's the problem?
And that's what the judge is like, dude.
He just didn't want to.
He did. Well, he's going to have to unless he wants to spend some time in jail.
Oh God.
Well, it's a different character, right? Maybe the spelling had him tripped up.
It could be. He spelled it with a K.
Why don't you just go back to being Richard Flair and get on with your private life?
Actually, if you
because you're embarrassing yourself.
If you look at the legal papers, it's listed as Richard Flair. His real name is
buy a stamp. Just buy a stamp.
When they jug your ass for contempt, Ric Flair, woo, that's gonna play real big in the big house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't drop the soap.
And actually, he may be able to pay this money back easily because he's going to be doing more lottery commercials for other states, and he made quite a bit of cash out of the Carolina legal system.
Cut the cash out of cut the cash off to the side.
And speaking of the Carolina legal system,
oh yeah, in the delayed justice, they're still putzing around with this.
Jeff Hardy's legal case is another delay. It'll be delayed again until 6 to 27. So.
I go away for months.
They're both in North Carolina.
And it's still delayed. I go away for months more. They're still delaying it.
But look at it. 627, Ric Flair has to pay the money back. 627, Jeff Hardy's legal case will get heard. Both live
and delayed again.
Both live in the Carolinas.
And delayed again.
So there's a possibility they'll both be in court the same day.
They could be cell buddies. They could be cell buddies.
Well, their natural assumption is Hardy's going to end up get court authorized rehab. He's not going to spend any time.
What? Then why do they delay it?
Well, the first time his lawyer was busy, then someone's supposed to determine whether he's supposed to go to rehab, and she's taking too long to decide whether he should go or not.
Good Lord.
He's probably already rehabbed.
And now
he's probably clean and sober by now.
He's at home resting, and now for a final story.
And recovered. Not that.
All of you need to be sitting down.
Yeah, you guys need. You see, we've been putzing around with these other stories for an express purpose, to delay having to say these words as long as humanly possible. And by God, I wish we could wait some more. But in the oh Lord category, please somebody get me a barf bucket. Chyna, the 8th wonder of the world and borderline man, is considering a career change.
No. She's not considering it.
Oh, she's not considering it?
TMZ reported
she's actually going to do this?
TMZ reported a couple weeks ago that Chyna was going to start a foreign film for Vivid Entertainment called Backdoor into China.
Oh.
Getting back into porn was her idea. When the story was first announced, her manager denied the story. However, yesterday, before I left for work,
to work with dead people, would be more interesting, more fun than this story.
The video is out.
Oh no!
Who plays the penetrator?
There's 2 guys. There's like the video. I mean, I saw a still from the box cover. There's a BitTorrent site that has the entire film broken down. There's 5 scenes, all of which are her having sex with one guy, a guy and a girl, herself, sex in a wrestling ring, and her and 2 other guys. And it's out amongst the World Wide Web.
Somebody get me a brown paper bag.
Now, this
and
film...
cyanide.
Dude, this film's going to sell like crazy. And there's going to be more. Now, but
videos of plane crashes sell too.
But she just made an appearance in TNA and Impact Wrestling, and she looked about the same. She looks a little smaller, but the fake boobs are still there.
Yeah.
And she's still got the ass, and she doesn't look bad. And the stills I
Compared
saw,
to what?
Well, she still looks decent.
Compared to what?
Well, compared to...
Bride of Chucky?
Yes. Well, there you go. But Backdoor into China, it's out. You can see it.
At your own peril.
You can buy it. You can download it.
But don't blame us if you go blind.
Oh, you know there's a car wreck fascination with this.
Don't blame us if you go blind.
Just the fact that we're doing this story, everyone watching is going to buy a copy.
Oh, God. And she can say thank you by never acknowledging our presence, which will be real easy because we're done with this stuff. We saved the best for last because we like you.
If you really want to, I have the places I go to. I can download the entire film and I can burn you a copy.
You may be dismissed.
But right.
You may be you're done. We're done. On that
it's
note,
scary.
On that note, we can't get out of here fast enough. I'm Uncle Peter. That's Bo. Go to whatever. Go to the real stories.
I would never advise downloading things illegally.
I'm warning you, especially this. I am this. Take a tip from your Uncle Peter.
Don't do it.
Don't do this. Instead, listen to Sarah tell you where you can go to find out genuinely entertaining stories that this man finds for you. That's on our little exit on the information superhighway. Sarah, help me get us out of here.
www.myalternatereality.com. It's chock full of uselessness.
Oh, God. Bless that little girl. Anyway, as I said, I'm Uncle Peter. That's Bo. I have to go take a real cold shower and wash myself off with a chicken.
He's going to boil his brain.
I may jump into an autoclave. Until we meet again, if we meet again, if I can recover, we'll see ya. But for now, bye-bye.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.